Hallelujah, la la. Hallelujah, ישירו כולם במילה אחת בודה, הלב מלא בהמון תודה, והולם גם הוא איזה עולם נפלא. הללויה עם השיר, הללויה על יום שביעי, הללויה על מה שהיה ומה שעוד לא היה, הללויה, הללויה, לה לה, הללויה, תשירו כולם.
From the Holy Scriptures, these are the Proverbs of King Shlomo of YAOHUSHUA, Israel, the son of Daud. He wrote them to teach his people how to live, how to behave in every predicament, for he wanted them to be knowledgeable and just, as well as fair in everything they did. I want to make the simple-minded wise, he said. I want to warn young men about some problems they will face. I want those already wise to become the wiser and become leaders by exploring the depths of meaning in these nuggets of truth. How does a person become wise? The first step is to trust, as well as reverentially fear YAOHUSHUA. Only fools refuse to be taught. Hearken to your father and mother. What you learn from them will bring you much benefit. It will gain you many honors. If young toughs tell you, "Come and join us," turn your back on them. We'll hide and rob and kill, they say. Upright or bad, we'll treat them all the same. And the loot we'll get, all kinds of stuff. Come on, Throw in your lot with us, we'll split with you in equal shares. Don't do it, son. Keep far away from guys like that. For crime is their way of life, and murder is their specialty. When a bird detects a trap being set, it keeps away. But not these people. They trap themselves. They lay a booby trap for their own lives. Such is the fate of all who live by violence and murder. They will die a violent death. Wisdom shouts along the roads for a hearing. She calls out to the crowds along the main road, and to the judges in their courts, and to everyone in all the land. You simpletons, she cries, how long will you go on being fools? How long will you scoff at wisdom and fight the facts? Come here and hearken to me. I'll pour out the spirit of wisdom upon you and make you wise. I have called you so often, but you won't come. I have pleaded, but all in vain. For you have spurned my counsel and reproof. Someday you'll be in trouble and I'll laugh. Mock me, will you? I'll mock you. When a whirlwind of terror surrounds you, and when you are engulfed by anguish and crisis, then I will not answer your cry for help. It will be too late, though you search for me ever so eagerly. For you closed your eyes to the facts, and did not prefer to reverence and trust YAOHUSHUA. And you turned your back on me, spurning my advice. That is why you must eat the bitter fruit of having your own way, and experience the full terrors of the pathway you have selected, for you turned away from me to death. Your own complacency will kill you, fools. But all who hearken to me shall live in peace and safety, unafraid. Every young person who hearkens to me and obeys my teachings will be given wisdom and fine sense. Yes, if you want better insight as well as discernment, and are searching for them as you would for lost money or hidden treasure, then wisdom will be given you, and knowledge of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator Himself, and you will soon learn the importance of reverence for YAOHUSHUA and of relying upon Him. For YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, grants wisdom. His every word is a treasure of knowledge and comprehension. He grants fine sense to the upright, His holy ones. He is their shield, protecting them and guarding their pathway. He shows how to differentiate between right and wrong, how to find the right decision every time. For wisdom and truth will enter the very core of your being, filling your life with happiness. You will be given the sense to keep away from evil persons who want you to be their accomplices in crime. People who turn from YAOHUSHUA's ways to walk down dark and evil paths, and have much pleasure in doing wrong, for they thoroughly delight in their sins. Everything they do is crooked and wrong. Only wisdom from YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, can save a person from the flattery of prostitutes. These women have abandoned their husbands and flouted the laws of YAOHUSHUA. Their houses lie along the road to death and hell. The men who enter them are doomed. None of these men will ever be the same again. On the contrary, you must always follow the steps of the upright and remain on the right path. For only upright people are happy in life to the full, and evil persons lose the fine things they might have had, and they themselves shall be ruined. My son, never forget the things I've taught you. If you want a long and satisfying life, closely follow my teachings. Never tire of loyalty and kindness. Hold these exemplary traits tightly. Write them deep within your heart. If you want favor with YAOHUSHUA and people, and a reputation for having sound judgment and common sense, then trust YAOHUSHUA completely. Don't ever trust even yourself. In everything you do, put YAOHUSHUA first, for he will direct you and crown your efforts with success. Don't be conceited, sure of your own wisdom. On the contrary, trust fully and reverentially fear YAOHUSHUA and turn your back on evil. When you do that, then you will be given renewed health and vitality. Honor YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, by giving him the first part of all your income, and he will fill your barns with wheat and barley, and overflow your wine vats with the finest wines. Young person, do not resent it when YAOHUSHUA disciplines and corrects you, for his punishment is proof of his love. Just like a father punishes a son he delights in to make him better, therefore YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, also corrects you. The person who knows right from wrong and has sound judgment and common sense is happier than one who is immensely rich. For such wisdom is far more valuable than expensive jewels. Nothing else compares with it. Wisdom gives a long, blessed life, riches, honor, happiness, peace. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who eat her fruit. Happy is the person who continually eat from it. YAOHUSHUA's wisdom founded the earth. His knowledge established all the universe and space. The deep fountains of the earth were broken open by his knowledge, and the skies poured down rain. Have two goals. Wisdom, that is, knowing and doing right, and common sense. Don't let them slip away, for they fill you with living energy and bring you honor and respect. They keep you safe from defeat and ruin, and from stumbling off the trail. With them on guard, you can sleep without fear. You need not be afraid of ruin or the plots of wicked people. For YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is with you. He protects you. Don't withhold repayment of your debts. Don't say some other time if you can pay now. Don't plot against your neighbor, for he trusts you. Don't get into needless fights, and don't envy violent people. Don't copy their ways, for such guys are an abomination to YAOHUSHUA, but he gives his friendship to the upright. The curse of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is on the wicked, but his blessing is on the upright. YAOHUSHUA mocks at mockers but helps the humble. The wise are promoted to honor, but fools are promoted to shame. Young people, hearken to me as you would to your father. Hearken and grow wise, for I speak the truth, don't turn away. For I too was once a son, tenderly loved by my mother, like an only child and a companion of my father. He told me never to forget his words. If you follow them, he said, you will have a long and happy life. Learn to be wise, he said, and develop sound judgment and common sense. I cannot overemphasize this point. Cling to wisdom. She will protect you. Love her. She will guard you. Getting wisdom is the most important thing you can ever do. And with your wisdom, develop common sense and sound judgment. If you exalt wisdom, she will exalt you. Hold her fast, for she will lead you to great honor. She will place a beautiful crown upon your head. My son, hearken to me and do as I say, and you will have a long, blessed life. I would have you learn this great fact, that a life of doing right is the wisest life there is. If you live that kind of life, you will not limp or stumble as you run. Carry out my teachings. Don't forget them, for they will lead you to real living. Don't do as the wicked do. Avoid their haunts. Turn away, go somewhere else, for evil guys can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest without first causing someone to stumble or fall. They eat and drink wickedness and violence. But the upright person walks along in the ever-brightening light of YAOHUSHUA's favor. The dawn gives way to morning splendor, while the evil person gropes and stumbles in the dark. Hearken, son of mine, to what I say. Hear me well and carefully. Keep these thoughts ever in mind. Let them penetrate deep within your heart, for they will mean real life for you and radiant health. Above all else, guard your affections, for they influence everything else in your life. Spurn the careless kiss of a prostitute. Keep away far from her. Look directly ahead of you. Don't even turn your head to gaze. Watch your step. Stick to the path and be safe. Don't depart from the way. Pull back your foot from danger. Hearken well to me, my son. I know what I'm speaking. Hear me. Watch yourself, lest you be indiscreet and betray some vital information. For the lips of a prostitute are as sweet as honey, and smooth flattery is her trade secret. But afterwards, only a bitter conscience is left to you. Sharp as a double-edged sword, she leads you down to death and hell. For she does not know the path to life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't even realize where it leads. Young men, hearken to me and never forget what I'm about to say. Run from her. Don't go near her house, lest you fall to her temptation and lose your honor, and give the remainder of your life to the cruel and merciless, or people you don't know will obtain your wealth, and you become a slave of foreigners. and afterwards you will groan in anguish and in shame when a sexually transmitted disease consumes your body, and you say, "Oh, if only I had hearkened, if only I had not demanded my own way. Oh, why wouldn't I take advice? Why was I that stupid? For now I must suffer public shame." Drink from your own well, my son. Be faithful and true to your wife. Why should you beget children with women of the road? Why share your children with those outside your home? Be happy, yes, be delighted in the wife of your youth. Let her breasts and her gentle embrace satisfy you. Let her love alone fill you with delight. Why delight yourself with prostitutes, embracing what isn't yours? For YAOHUSHUA is closely watching you, and he weighs carefully everything that you do. The wicked person is doomed by his own sins. They are ropes that catch and hold him. He shall die because he will not hearken to the truth. He has let himself be led away into incredible stupidity.
Hashem, I said, Shemayim Voreh. Etzo einai el pehorim, meyayin yovoy ezi. Ezimeim neim Hashem, I said, Shemayim Voreh. Al yitzilam et raglecho, al yanim shoym recho. Raglecho, al yanim shoym recho, hinni lo yanim velo yishon shoym Yisroel. Hinni lo yanim velo yishon shoym Yisroel, shoym Yisroel. Hinni lo yanim velo yishon shoym Yisroel, shoym Yisroel. Lion, the Lord is such a Israel, Shomer Israel. In the Lion, the Lord is standing, Shomer Israel. In the Lion, the Lord is standing, Shomer Israel. El pehorim, meyayin yovoy ezi. Ezimeim, meim Hashem, Moisés, Shemayim Voreh. Al yiteilam et raglecho, al yanum shoym recho. Hinni lo yanum velo yishon shoym Raglecho, al yanim shoym recho, hinni lo yanum velo yishon shoym Yisroel. Hinni lo yanum velo yishon shoym Yisroel, shoym Yisroel. Hinni lo yanum velo yishon shoym Yisroel, shoym Yisroel. Lo yon Shomer Israel, Shomer Israel, Hinei lo yanun velo nishan, Shomer Israel, Hinei lo yanun velo nishan, Shomer Israel.
Son, if you endorse a note for someone you hardly know, guaranteeing his debt, you are in serious trouble. You may have trapped yourself by your agreement. Quick, get out of it if you possibly can. Swallow your pride. Don't let embarrassment stop you in the way. Go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. If you can escape out from this trap, you have saved yourself, like a deer that escapes from a hunter or a bird from the net. Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy fellow. Learn from their ways and be wise. For though they have no leader to make them work, yet they labor hard all summer, gathering food for the winter. But you, all you do is sleep. When will you wake up? Let me sleep a little longer. Sure, just a little more, and as you sleep, poverty creeps upon you like a robber and ruins you. Shortages and lack attack you like armed criminals. Let me describe for you a worthless and a wicked person. First, he is a continual liar. He signals his true motives to his friends with eyes and feet and fingers. He is always devising up new schemes to swindle people. He incites others to trouble everywhere. But he will be ruined unexpectedly, broken beyond hope of healing. For there are 6 things YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, hates, no 7. And these are haughtiness, lying, murdering, plotting evil, eagerness to do wrong, a false witness, and sowing discord among brethren. Young man, obey your father and your mother. Take to heart all of their advice. Keep in mind everything they tell you. Every day and all night long, their advice will lead you and save you from harm. When you wake up in the morning, let their teachings guide you into the new day. For their advice is a beam of light directed into the dark corners of your mind to warn you of danger and to give you a blessed life. Their counsel will keep you far away from prostitutes with all their flatteries and unfaithful wives of other men. Don't lust for her beauty. Don't let their cuteness seduce you, for a prostitute will bring a man to poverty, and an adulteress may cost him his very life. Can a man hold fire against his chest without being burned? Can he walk on hot coals and not burn his feet? So it is with the man who commits adultery with another's wife. He shall not go unpunished for this sin. Excuses might even be found for a thief if he steals when he is close to dying of hunger. But even so, he is fined 7 times as much as he looted, though it may mean selling everything in his house to pay it back. But the man who commits adultery is really an utter fool, for he ruins his own soul. Wounds and continual shame are his lot, for the woman's husband will be furious in his jealousy, and he will have no mercy on you in his day of vengeance. You won't be able to buy him off, no matter what you offer. Follow my advice, my son. Always keep it in mind and stick to it. Obey me and live. Guard my word as your most valuable treasure. Write them down and also keep them deep within your heart. Love wisdom like a lover. Make her a beloved member of your family. Let her hold you back from illicit affairs with other women, from giving heed to their flatteries. I was looking out the window of my house one day and saw a simple-minded lad, a young man lacking common sense, walking at twilight down the road to the house of this wayward girl, a prostitute. She approached him, saucy and pert, and dressed seductively. She was the brash, coarse type seen often along the thoroughfares and malls, inviting at every corner for men to be her lovers. She put her arms around him and kissed him, and with a saucy, brazen look she said, "I've offered my fellowship sacrifices and just finished my religious vows. It's you I was looking for. I came out to find you, and here you are. Come home with me and I'll fix you a delectable dinner, and after that, well, my bed is spread with lovely colored sheets of finest linen imported from Egypt, perfumed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come on, let's take our fill of love until morning, for my husband is away on a long trip. He has taken a wallet full of money with him and won't return for several days." She seduced him, therefore, with her pretty speech, and with her coaxing and her wheedling, until he yielded to her. He couldn't resist her flattery. He followed her like an ox going to the butcher, or like a stag that is trapped, waiting to be killed with an arrow through its heart. He was like a bird flying into a snare, not knowing the tragic fate awaiting it there. Hearken to me, young men, and not only hearken but obey. Don't let your desires get out of hand. Don't let yourself think about her. Don't go near her. Keep away from where she walks, lest she tempt you and seduce you. For she has been the ruin of multitudes. A vast horde of men have been her victims. If you want to find the road to hell, look for her house. Can't you hear the voice of wisdom? She is up on her feet at the city gates and at every fork in the road, and at the door of every house. Hearken to what she declares. Hearken, you people, she calls. How foolish and naive you are. Let me give you comprehension. O foolish ones, let me show you common sense. Hearken to me, for I have important information for you. Everything I say is right and true, for I hate lies and every kind of deception. My advice is wholesome and fine, there is nothing evil in it. My words are plain and clear to anyone with half a mind if it is only open. My teachings are far more valuable than silver or gold. For the value of wisdom is far above rubies, nothing can be compared with it. Wisdom and sound judgment live together, for wisdom knows where to discover knowledge and comprehension. If anyone respects and reverentially fears YAOHUSHUA, he will hate evil. For wisdom hates pride, arrogance, corruption, and deceit of every kind. I, wisdom, give sound advice and common sense. Because of my power, kings reign in might, and rulers make just laws. I love all who love me. Those who search for me shall surely find me. Unlimited riches, honor, justice, and uprightness are mine to give out. My gifts are better than the purest gold or fine silver. My paths are those of justice and right. Those who love and follow me are indeed wealthy. I fill their treasuries. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, formed me in the beginning before He created anything else. From ages past, I am. I've been living before the earth began. I lived before the oceans were created, before the springs bubbled forth their waters onto the earth, before the mountains and the hills were made. Yes, I was born before YAOHUSHUA made the earth and fields, and the first handfuls of soil. I was already there when He established the heavens and formed the great springs in the depths of the oceans. I was already there when He set the limits of the seas and gave them His commands not to spread beyond their boundaries. I was already there when He made the blueprint for the earth and oceans. I was the craftsman at His side. I was His continual delight, always filled with happiness in His presence. And how delighted I was with what He created, His wide world and all His family of mankind. And so, young people, hearken to me, for how happy are all who follow my teaching. Hearken to my counsel. Oh, don't reject it, and be wise. Happy is the person who is so eager to be with me that he watches for me daily at my gates or waits for me outside my home. For whoever finds me finds life and wins approval from YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. But the person who misses me has injured himself irreparably, and those who reject me show that they love death. Wisdom has built a palace supported on 7 pillars, and has prepared a great banquet, and mixed wines, and sent forth her maidens, inviting all to come. She calls from the busiest corners in the city, "Come here, you simple ones without sound judgment. Come to wisdom's banquet and drink the wines that I have mixed. Leave behind your stupidity and begin to really live. Learn how to be wise. If you rebuke a mocker, you will only get a smart retort. Yes, he will snarl at you, so never bother with him. He will only hate you for trying to help him. But a wise person, when rebuked, will love you all the more. Teach a wise person, and he will be the wiser. Teach an upright person, and he will learn more. For the reverence and holy fear of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, are basic to all wisdom. Knowing YAOHUSHUA results in every other kind of knowledge. Kokma, or wisdom, will make the hours of your day more profitable and the years of your life more fruitful. Wisdom is its own reward, and if you scorn her, you will only be hurting yourself. A prostitute is loud and brash, and never has enough of shame and lust. She sits at the door of her house or on her feet at the road corners of the town, whispering to men going by and to those minding their own business. Come home with me, she urges the fools. Stolen melons are the sweetest, stolen apples taste the best. But they don't realize that her former clients are now citizens of hell. Happy is the person with a level-headed son, sad the mother of a rebel. Ill-acquired gain brings no enduring happiness, right living does. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, will not let an upright person die of hunger, nor will he let the wicked person's riches continue forever. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. A wise youth makes hay while the sun shines, but what a shame to see a lad who sleeps away his hour of opportunity. The upright person is covered with blessings from head to foot, but an evil person inwardly curses his lot in life. We all have happy memories of upright people gone to their reward, but the names of the wicked people reek malodorously after them. The wise person is happy to be taught, but the self-sufficient fool falls flat on his face. An upright person has a firm footing, but a crook will slip and fall. Winking at sin leads to sorrow. Bold reproof leads to peace. There is living truth in what an upright person declares, but the mouth of an evil person is filled with curses. Hatred inflames old quarrels, but love overlooks insults. People with common sense are admired as advisers. Those without it are beaten as servants. A wise person holds his very tongue. Only a fool blurts out everything he knows, and that only leads to sorrow and trouble. The rich person's wealth is his only might. The poor person's poverty is his only curse. The upright person's earnings advance the cause of uprightness. The evil person squanders his on sin. Anyone willing to be corrected is on the pathway to life. Anyone willing to be corrected is on the pathway to life. Anyone refusing has missed his chance. To hide hatred is to be a liar. To slander is to be a fool. Don't talk so much. You keep putting your foot in your mouth. Be sensible and turn off the flow. When an upright person speaks, he is worth giving heed to. But the words of fools are a dime a dozen. An upright person gives sound advice, but a rebel is ruined by lack of common sense. YAOHUSHUA's blessings is our greatest wealth. All our work can really add nothing to it. A fool's fun is being bad. A wise person's fun is being wise. The wicked person's fears will all come true, and so will the upright person's hopes. Calamity hits like a tornado, and the wicked are whirled away. But the upright person has a firm anchor. A lazy fellow is a pain to his employers, like smoke in their eyes or vinegar that sets the teeth on edge. Reverence for YAOHUSHUA adds hours to each day, so how can the wicked expect a long, blessed life? The hope of upright people is happiness all through eternity. The hopes of evil guys are all in vain. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, protects the upright but ruins the wicked. The upright shall never lose YAOHUSHUA's blessings, but the wicked shall lose everything. The upright person gives wise advice, but the liar's counsel is shunned. The upright speak what is helpful, the wicked speak rebellion. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, hates cheating and delights in honesty. Proud people end in shame, but the meek become wise. An upright person is guided by his honesty. The evil person is ruined by his dishonesty. Your riches won't help you on Judgment Day. Only uprightness will matter at that time. Upright people are directed by their honesty. The wicked shall fall beneath their load of sins. The upright person's uprightness delivers him. The evil person's treachery is his ruin. When an evil person dies, his hopes all perish, for they are based upon this earthly life. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, rescues upright people from danger while letting the wicked fall into it. Evil words ruin. Skills from YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, rebuilds. The whole city celebrates an upright person's success and also the wicked person's death. The noble influence of upright citizens causes the city to prosper, but the moral decay of the wicked drives it to rottenness. To quarrel with a neighbor is stupid. A person with fine sense holds his very tongue. A gossip goes around spreading rumors, while a dependable person tries to quiet them. Without wise leadership, a nation is in trouble, but with wise advisors, there is safety. Be sure you know a person well before you vouch for his credit. Better refuse than suffer later. Honor goes to kind and benevolent women, mere money to cruel people. Your own soul is nourished when you are kind. It is ruined when you are cruel. The evil person gets rich for a moment, but the upright person's reward lasts forever. The upright person finds life, the evil person, death. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, hates the stubborn, but delights in those who are upright. You can be very sure that the evil person will not go unpunished forever. You can be very sure that the evil person will not go unpunished forever. And you can also be very sure YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, will rescue the children of the upright. A beautiful woman lacking discretion and modesty is like a fine gold ring in a pig's snout. The upright person can look forward to happiness, while the wicked can expect only wrath. It is possible to give away and become richer. It is also possible to hold on too tightly and lose everything. Yes, the generous person shall become rich. By watering others, he waters himself. People curse the person who hoards his grain for higher prices, but they bless the one who sells it to them in their time of need. If you search for virtue, you will find YAOHUSHUA's favor. If you search for evil, you will find his curse. Trust upon your money, and down you go. Trust upon YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, and flourish like a tree. The fool who provokes his family to anger and resentment will finally have nothing worthwhile left. He shall be the servant of a wiser person. Upright people are growing a tree that bears life-giving fruit, and all who win souls are wise. Even the upright shall be rewarded here on earth. How much more the wicked? To learn, you must want to be taught. To refuse reproof is stupid. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, blesses upright people and condemns the wicked. Wickedness never brings real success. Only the upright have that. A worthy wife is her husband's happiness and crown. The other kind corrodes his energy and ruins everything he does. An upright person's mind is filled with honest thoughts. An evil person's mind is crammed with lies. The wicked accuse, the upright defend. The wicked shall perish, the upright shall remain. Everyone admires a person with a fine sense, but a person with a warped mind is despised. It is better to get your hands dirty and eat than to be too proud to work and die of hunger. An upright person is concerned for the welfare of his work animals, but even the kindness of wicked people is cruel. Hard work means prosperity. Only a fool idles away his time. Crooks are jealous of each other's loot, while upright people long to help each other. Lies will get any person into trouble, but honesty is its own defense. Telling the truth gives a person great satisfaction, and hard work returns many blessings to him. A fool thinks he needs no advice, but a wise person hearkens to others. A fool is quick-tempered. A wise person remains calm, even when insulted. An upright person is recognized by his truthfulness, a false individual by deception and lies. Some people like to make cutting remarks, but the words of the wise reinvigorate and heal. Truth endures the test of time. Lies are soon exposed. Deceit fills hearts that are plotting for evil. Happiness fills hearts that intends for what is right. No real harm befalls the upright, but there is continual trouble for the wicked. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, delights in those who keep their promises and hates those who don't. A wise person doesn't display his knowledge, but a fool displays his stupidity. Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and never succeed. Hearts filled with anxieties are very heavy, but a word of encouragement does wonders. The upright person asks advice from friends. The wicked plunge ahead and fall. A lazy person won't even dress the game he gets while hunting, but the diligent person makes beneficial use of everything he finds. The path of the upright leads to life, so why fear death? A wise youth accepts his father's rebuke. A young mocker doesn't. The upright person wins his case by careful argument. The evil-minded person only wants to fight. Self-control means controlling the tongue. A quick retort can ruin everything. Lazy people want much but get little, while the diligent are prospering. An upright person hates lies. Wicked persons lie continually and come to shame. A person's uprightness helps him all through life, while evil people are being ruined by their wickedness. Some rich people are really poor, and some poor people have great wealth. Being kidnapped and held for ransom never worries the poor person. The upright person's life is full of light. The sinner's road is dark and gloomy. Pride leads to arguments. Be humble. Take advice and become wise. Wealth from gambling quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when dreams come true finally, there is life and happiness. Despise YAOHUSHUA's word and find yourself in trouble. Obey it and succeed. The advice of a wise person refreshes like water from a mountain spring. Those accepting it become aware of the pitfalls on ahead. A person with fine sense is appreciated. A treacherous individual must walk a rocky road. A wise person thinks ahead, a fool doesn't, and even brags about it. An unreliable messenger can cause a lot of trouble. Reliable communication permits progress. If you reject criticism, you will end in poverty and shame. If you accept positive criticism, you are on the road to fame. It is pleasant to see plans develop. That is why fools refuse to give them up, even when they are wrong. Be with wise people and become wise. Be with evil people and become evil. Curses chase sinners, while blessings chase the upright. When an upright person dies, he leaves an inheritance to his grandchildren, but when a sinner dies, his wealth is reserved for the upright. A poor person's farm may have fertile soil, but injustice robs him of its riches. If you refuse to discipline your child, it proves you don't really love him. Because if you love him, you will be prompt to punish him. The upright person eats to live, while the evil person lives to eat. A wise woman builds her house, while a foolish woman tears it by her own efforts. To do right honors YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. To sin is to despise Him. A rebel's foolish talk should deflate his own pride, but the wise person's speech is respected. An empty stable remains clean, but there is no income from an empty stable. A truthful witness never lies. A false witness always lies. A mocker never finds the wisdom he claims he is looking for, yet it comes easily to the one with common sense. If you are looking for advice, keep away from fools. The wise person looks ahead. The fool attempts to fool himself and won't face facts. The common bond of rebels is their guilt. The common bond of upright individuals is kindness one to another. Only the person involved can know his own bitterness or happiness. No one else can really share it. The work of the wicked will perish. The work of the upright will flourish. Before every person there lies a wide and pleasant road that seems right but ends in death. Laughter cannot mask a heavy heart. When the laughter ends, the grief remains. The backslider gets bored with himself. The upright person's life is full of exhilaration. Only a fool believes everything he's told. A prudent person knows the need for evidence or proof. A wise person is careful and avoids danger. A fool plunges ahead with overconfidence. A short-tempered person is stupid. He hates the person who is patient. The simple tongue is crowned with foolishness. The wise person is crowned with knowledge. Evil people shall bow before the upright. Even his own neighbors despise the poor person, while the rich have many so-called friends. But to despise the poor is to sin. Blessed be all those who help them. Those who plot evil shall wander away and be lost, but those who plan what is right shall be granted mercy and quietness. Work brings profit, talk brings poverty. Wise people are praised for their wisdom, fools are despised for their stupidity. A witness who tells the truth saves upright people from being condemned to death, but a false witness is a traitor. Reverence for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, gives a person deep power. His children have a place of refuge and security. Reverence for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is a fountain of life. Its waters keep a person from death. A growing population is a leader's glory. A dwindling nation is his doom. A wise person controls his temper. He knows that anger causes mistakes. A relaxed attitude lengthens a person's life. Jealousy rots it away. Anyone who oppresses the poor is blaspheming YAOHUSHUA, who made them. To help the poor is to honor YAOHUSHUA. The upright have a refuge when they die, but the wicked are crushed by their sins. Kokmaul, or wisdom, is enshrined in the hearts of people of common sense, but it must shout loudly before fools will hearken. Uprightness exalts a nation, but sin is a shame to any people. A leader delights in servants who know what they're doing. He is angry with those who instigate trouble. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words cause quarrels. A wise mentor makes learning a delight. A rebellious teacher spouts stupidity. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is observing everywhere and keeps his eye on both the evil and the upright. Gentle words cause life and health. Griping brings discouragement. Only a fool despises his father's advice. A wise son ponders upon every admonition. There is treasure in being upright, but trouble dogs the wicked. Only the upright can give sound advice. Rebels can't. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, hates the gifts of the wicked, but delights in the prayers of his people. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, despises the deeds of the wicked, but loves those who try to be upright. If they stop trying, YAOHUSHUA will punish them. If they rebel against that punishment, they will die. The depths of hell are open to YAOHUSHUA's knowledge. How much more the hearts of all mankind? A mocker keeps away from wise people because he hates to be scolded. A happy face means a delightful heart. A sad face means a breaking heart. A wise person is hungry for truth, while the mocker feeds on trash. When a person is gloomy, everything seems to go wrong. When he is cheerful, everything seems right. Better a little with reverence for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator than great treasure and trouble with it. It is better to eat soup with someone you love than steak with someone you hate. A quick-tempered person begins fights. An even-tempered person tries to stop them. A lazy fellow experiences trouble all through life. The upright person's path is easy. A sensible child brings happiness to his father. A rebellious child brings sorrow to his mother. If a person delights in foolishness, something is wrong. The sensible remain on the pathways of what is right. Plans go wrong with too few advisors. Many advisors bring success. Everyone delights in giving correct advice, and how amazing it is to be able to speak the right thing at the right time. The road of the upright leads upward, leaving hell behind. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, ruins the property of the proud, but cares for widows. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, hates the thoughts of the wicked, but delights in kind words. Dishonest money brings grief to all the family, but hating bribes brings happiness. An upright person thinks before he speaks. The evil person pours out his evil words without even a thought. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the upright. Pleasant sights as well as fine reports give happiness and health. If you profit from positive criticism, you will be elected to the wise person's Hall of Fame. But to reject criticism is to harm yourself and your own beneficial interests. Humility and reverence for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, will make you both wise and honored.
Maush'ley, ani maamin, ani maamin, Maush'ley, ani maamin, ani maamin, bebias Mashiach, ani maamin, Maush'ley, bebias Mashiach, ani maamin, Yes, I'm a Mashiach, ani maamin. Ve'yafot sheyitzmameya, kol ve'yachakelo, achakelo ve'kol yamsheyovo. Ve'yafot sheyitzmameya, kol ve'yachakelo, achakelo ve'kol yamsheyovo. Maush'ley, ani maamin, bebias Mashiach, ani maamin, ani maamin, Maush'ley Maush'ley ani maamin Baby yes Moshiach ani maamin Maush'ley Baby yes Moshiach ani maamin Maush'ley Baby yes Moshiach ani maamin ויפה שישמע עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא ויפה שישמע עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא ויפתי שישמע עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא ויפתי שישמע עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא ויפתי שישמע עם כל זה אחת שלו בכל יום שיבוא אני
We can make our plans, but the final outcome is in YAOHUSHUA's hands. We can always prove that we are right, but is YAOHUSHUA convinced? Commit your work to YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, then it will succeed. YAOHUSHUA has made everything for his own purposes, even the wicked for punishment. Pride disgusts YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. Take my word for it, proud individuals shall be punished. Iniquity is recompensed by mercy and truth. Evil is avoided by reverential fear of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. When a person is trying to please YAOHUSHUA, YAOHUSHUA makes even his most bitter enemies to be at peace with him. A little gained honestly is better than great wealth acquired through dishonest means. We should make plans, counting on YAOHUSHUA to direct us. YAOHUSHUA will help the leader to judge the people fairly. There need be no mistakes. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, demands fairness in every business deal. He established this principle. It is a horrible thing for a leader to do evil. His right to rule depends upon his being fair and just. The leader exalts when his people are truthful and fair. The anger of the person in authority is a messenger of death, and a wise person will appease it. Many favors are showered on those who please the leader or his authority. How much better is wisdom than gold, and comprehension than silver. The path of the upright leads away from evil. He who follows that path is safe. Pride goes before ruin, and haughtiness before a fall. Better poor and humble than proud and rich. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, blesses all those who obey Him. Happy the one who puts his trust upon YAOHUSHUA. The wise person is known by his common sense, and a pleasant teacher is the best. Wisdom is a fountain of life to those keeping it, but a fool's burden is his stupidity. From a wise mind comes careful and persuasive speech. Kind words are like honey, delightful and healthful. Before every person there lies a wide and pleasant road he thinks is right, but it ends in death. Hunger is fine if it makes you work to satisfy it. Idle hands are Satan's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. An evil person sows conflicts. Gossip separates the best of friends. Wickedness loves company and leads others into sin. The wicked person gazes into space with pursed lips, deep in thought, devising his evil deeds. White hair is a crown of glory and is seen most among the upright. It is better to be slow-tempered than famous. It is better to have self-control than to control an army. We cast the lots, but it is YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, who controls the outcome. A dry crust consumed in peace is better than steak every day along with argument and conflict. A wise servant will rule his boss's wicked sons and share in their inherited property. Silver and gold are purified by fire, but YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Maker, purifies hearts. The wicked take pleasure in having fellowship with others who are wicked. Liars take pleasure in liars too. Mocking the poor is mocking YAOHUSHUA who made them. He will punish those who take delight at others' calamities. An old person's grandchildren are his crowning glory. A child's glory is his father. Truth from a rebel or lies from a leader are both unexpected. A bribe works like magic. Whoever uses it will prosper. Love forgets mistakes. Nagging about them separates the best of friends. A rebuke to a person of common sense is more effective than 100 lashes on the back of a rebel. The wicked live for rebellion. They shall be severely punished. It is safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool caught in his stupidity. If you repay evil for kindness, a curse is upon your home. It is hard to stop a quarrel once it begins, so never let it begin. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, despises those who say that bad is right and right is bad. It is senseless to pay tuition to educate a rebel who has no heart for the truth. A true friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. It is poor judgment to countersign another's note, to become responsible for his debts. Sinners love to fight. Bragging is looking for trouble. An evil person is suspicious of everyone and tumbles into continual trouble. It's no fun to be a rebel's father. A cheerful heart does fine like medicine, but a broken spirit makes one sick. It is wrong to accept a bribe to twist justice. Wisdom is the main pursuit of sensible men. A rebellious child is a grief to his father, and a bitter blow to his mother. How unjust it is to penalize the upright for being noble, and to punish nobles for being honest. The person of few words and determined mind is wise. Therefore, even a fool is thought to be wise when he is silent. It pays him to keep his mouth shut. The selfish individual quarrels against every sound principle of conduct by demanding his own way. A rebel doesn't care about the facts. All he wants to do is yell. Sin brings shame. A wise person's words express deep flows of thought. It is wrong for a judge to favor the wicked and condemn the innocent. A fool gets into continual fights. His mouth is his ruin. His words endanger him. What dainty morsels rumors are, they are eaten with much relish. A lazy person is a brother to the destroyer. The shuam or name of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is a mighty fortress. The upright run to it and are safe. The rich person thinks of his wealth as an impregnable defense, a high wall of safety. What a dreamer! Pride ends in ruin, humility ends in honor. What a shame, yes, how stupid, to decide before knowing the facts. A person's courage can cause his broken body to endure, but when courage dies, what hope is left? The intelligent person is always open to new ideas. In fact, he looks for them. A gift does wonders. It will bring you before people of importance. Any report sounds believable until someone tells the other side, thus sets the record correctly. Lots are cast to stop arguments and to resolve disputes between powerful opponents. It is more difficult to win back the friendship of an offended brother than to capture a fortified city. His anger shuts you out like iron bars. Ability to give wise advice satisfies like a delectable meal. Those who love to talk will suffer the consequences. People have died for speaking the wrong thing. The person who finds a wife finds a noble thing. She is a blessing to him from YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. The poor individual pleads and the rich person answers with insults. There are friends who pretend to be friends, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Better be poor and truthful than rich and dishonest. It is risky and sinful to rush into the unknown. A person may ruin his chances by his own foolishness, and then blame it on YAOHUSHUA. A wealthy person has many so-called friends. The poor individual has nobody left. Punish false witnesses, track down liars. Many beg favors from someone who is generous. Everyone is his friend. A poor person's own brothers turn away from him in embarrassment. How much more his friends? He calls after them, but they are gone. He who loves wisdom loves his own beneficial interest. He will surely be a success. A false witness shall be punished, and a liar shall be caught. It doesn't seem right for a fool to succeed, neither for a slave to rule over princes. A wise person controls his anger and overlooks insults. This is to his advantage. The leader's anger is as dangerous as a lion's, but his approval is as refreshing as the dew on grass. A rebellious child is a calamity to his father, and a nagging wife annoys like a continual dripping. A father can give his children homes and riches, but only YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, can give them kind wives. A lazy person sleeps soundly, and he goes hungry. Keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them means death. When you help the poor, you are lending to YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, and He pays gratifying interest upon your loan. Discipline your child in his early years while there is hope. If you don't, you will ruin his life. A short-tempered individual must bear his own penalty. You can't do much to help him. If you try once, you must try a dozen times. Get all the advice you can and be wise the rest of your life. A person proposes, but YAOHUSHUA disposes. Kindness makes a person attractive, and it is better to be poor than dishonest. Reverence for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, gives life, happiness, and protection from harm. Some people are so lazy, they won't even feed themselves. Punish the mocker, and others will learn from his example. Reprove a wise person, and he will be the wiser. A child who maltreats his father or mother is a public shame. Stop hearkening to teaching that contradicts what you know is right. A worthless witness cares nothing for truth. He takes pleasure in his wickedness too much. Mockers and rebels shall be severely punished. Wine gives false courage. Hard liquor leads to brawls. What fools people are to let it overpower them, making them reel drunkenly down the road. The leader's fury is like that of a roaring lion. To rouse his anger is to risk your life. It is an honor for anyone to keep out of a fight. Only fools are eager to keep on quarreling. If you won't plow in the cold, you won't eat at the harvest. Though correct advice lies deep within a counselor's heart, the wise person will draw it out. Most people will tell you what loyal friends they are, but are they telling the truth? It is a remarkable heritage to have an honest father. A leader acting as a judge weighs all the evidence carefully, discerning the true from the false. And who can ever say, I have cleansed my heart, I am sinless? YAOHUSHUA despises every kind of cheating. The character of even a child can be known by the way he behaves, whether what he does is pure and right. If you have excellent vision and excellent hearing, be grateful to YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, who gave them to you. If you love sleep, you will end in poverty. Remain awake, work hard, and there will be plenty to eat. Utterly worthless speaks the buyer as he haggles over the price, but afterwards he brags about his bargain. Fine sense is far more valuable than gold or valuable jewels. It is risky to make loans to people you hardly know. Some people indulge in cheating, but the cake they buy with such ill-acquired gain will turn to gravel in their mouths. Don't go ahead with your plans without the advice of others. Don't go to war until they agree. Don't tell your secrets to a gossip unless you want them broadcast to the world. YAOHUSHUA puts out the light of the person who curses his father or mother. Quick wealth is not a blessing in the end. Don't repay evil for evil. Wait for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, to handle the matter. YAOHUSHUA loathes all kinds of cheating and dishonesty. Since YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is directing our steps, why try to comprehend everything that happens along the way? It is foolish and rash to make a promise to YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, before counting the cost. A wise leader stamps out crime by severe punishment. A person's conscience is YAOHUSHUA's searchlight, exposing his hidden motives. If a leader is kind, truthful, and just, his kingdom remains secure. The glory of young people is their physical power, of old people their experience. Punishment that hurts chases evil from the heart.
הוא היושב לו אי שם במרומים, הוא הרופא כל חולים, הוא הנותן רפואה לילדים, הוא העושה משפטים, הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרה. אין לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמור עלינו כמו כבר נותר כל היום, שמש תקווה והמון מבטים, לילה ויום של חלום. הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרה. אלוקה שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד. שמור נא עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם לאהוב. הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרה. אלוקה שמור נא עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד. שמור נא עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם לאהוב. אלוקה שמור נא עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד. שמור נא עלינו כמו ילדים, שמור נא ואל תעזוב. תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם לאהוב.
Just like water is turned into irrigation ditches, likewise, YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, directs the leader's thoughts. He turns them wherever he wants to. We can justify our every action, but YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, looks at our motives. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, is more delighted when we are just as well as fair than when we give Him gifts. Pride, lust, plus evil actions are all sin. Continual plodding brings prosperity. Hasty speculation brings poverty. Dishonest gain will never last, so why take the risk? Because the wicked are unfair, their violence backfires and ruins them. A person is easily known by his actions. An evil person lives an evil life. An upright person lives an upright life. It is better to live in the corner of an attic than with a crabby woman in a lovely home. An evil person loves to harm others. Being a kind neighbor is out of his line. The wise person learns by hearkening. The simpleton can learn only by seeing scorners punished. YAOHUSHUA, the upright one, knows what is going on in the homes of the wicked and will bring the wicked to judgment. He who shuts his ears to the cries again, he who shuts his ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in his own time of need. An angry person is silenced by giving him a gift. An upright person loves justice, but it is a calamity to evildoers. The person who departs from common sense will end up dead. A person who loves pleasure becomes poor. Wine and luxury are not the way to real riches. The wicked will finally lose, the upright will finally win. Better to live in the desert than with a quarrelsome, complaining woman. The wise person saves for the future, but the stupid person spends whatever he gets. The person who tries to be upright, loving, and kind finds life, honor, and uprightness. The wise person conquers the powerful person and tramples his defenses. Keep your mouth closed, and you'll remain out of trouble. Mockers are proud, haughty, and arrogant. The lazy person longs for many things, but his hands refuse to work. He is greedy to get, while the upright love to give. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, loathes the gifts of evil people, especially if they're trying to bribe him. No one believes a liar. Again, no one believes a liar, but everyone respects the words of an honest person. An evil person is stubborn, but an upright one will always weigh the facts. No one, regardless of how shrewd or well-advised he is, can win again. No one, regardless of how shrewd or well-advised he is, can win against YAOHUSHUA. Go ahead and prepare for the conflict, but victory comes only from YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. If you must select, take a fine name rather than great riches, for to be held in loving esteem is better than silver and gold. The rich and the poor are likewise before YAOHUSHUA, who made them all. A prudent person foresees the difficulties ahead and prepares for them. The stupid goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. True humility and respect for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, leads a person to riches, honor, and long life. The rebel walks a thorny, treacherous road. The person who values his soul will keep away. Teach a child to select the right path, and when he grows older, he will remain upon it. Just like the rich rule over the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender. The unjust tyrant will reap ruin, and his reign of terror shall end. Happy is the generous person, the one who feeds the poor. Throw out the mocker, and you will be rid of tension, fighting, and quarrels. He who values favor and truth is the friend of the person in authority. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, preserves the upright, but ruins the plans of the wicked. The lazy person is full of excuses. I can't go to work, he speaks, and if I go outside, I might meet a lion along the road and be killed. A prostitute is a dangerous trap. those cursed of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, are caught in it. A young child's heart is filled with rebellion, but punishment will drive it out of him. He who gains by oppressing the poor or by bribing the rich shall end in poverty. Hearken to this wise advice, follow it closely, for it will do you well, and you can relay it on to others. Depend fully upon YAOHUSHUA. In the past, haven't I been right? Then believe what I'm telling you now, and share it with others. Don't rob the poor and sick, for YAOHUSHUA is their defender. If you endure them, he will punish you. Keep away from angry, short-tempered people, lest you learn to be like them and endanger your soul. Again, lest you learn to be like them and endanger your soul. Unless you have the spare cash on hand, don't countersign a note. Why risk everything you own? They'll even take your bed. Do not move the ancient boundary marks. That is stealing. Do you know a hard-working individual? He shall be successful and serve before important leaders, authorities, and kings. When dining with a rich person, be on your guard and don't stuff yourself, though it all tastes so well, for he is only trying to bribe you, and no benefit is going to come of his invitation. Don't weary yourself trying to get rich. Why waste your time? For riches can disappear as though they had wings of a bird. Don't associate with evil people. Don't long for their favors and gifts. Their kindness is only a trick. They want to use you for their pawn. The delectable food they serve will turn sour in your stomach, and you will vomit it and have to take back your words of gratefulness for their so-called kindness. Don't waste your breath on a rebel. He will despise even the wisest advice. Don't steal the land of defenseless orphans by moving their ancient boundary marks, for their Redeemer is powerful. He himself will accuse you. Don't refuse to accept positive criticism. Get all the help you can. Don't fail to correct your children. Discipline won't hurt them. They won't die if you use a flexible stick on them. Punishment will keep them out of hell. My son, how I will exult if you become a person of common sense. Yes, my heart will thrill to your thoughtful, wise words. Don't envy evil people, but continue to reverence YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, all the time. For surely you have an amazingly glorious future ahead of you. There is hope for you yet. Oh, my child, be wise and remain in YAOHUSHUA's paths. Don't carouse with drunkards and gluttons, for they are on their way to poverty. And remember that too much sleep clothes a person with rags. Hearken to your father's advice, and don't despise an old mother's experience. Get the facts at any price and hold on tightly to all the fine sense you can get. The father of an upright person has cause for delight. How delightful a wise child is! So give your parent delight. O my child, trust my advice. Keep away from prostitutes, for a prostitute is a deep and narrow grave. Like a robber, she waits for her victims, as one after another become unfaithful to their wives. Whose heart is filled with anguish and sorrow? Who is always fighting and quarreling? Who is the person with bloodshot eyes and many wounds? It is the one who spends long hours in the taverns trying out new concoctions. Don't let the sparkle and the smooth taste of potent wine deceive you, for in the end it bites like a poisonous serpent, it will pierce the wound like an adder. You will see hallucinations and have delirium tremens, and you will say stupid, silly things that would embarrass you no end when sober. You will stagger like a sailor tossed at sea, clinging to a swaying mast, and afterwards you will say, I didn't even know it when they picked me up. Let's go and have another drink. Don't envy wicked people. Don't even take pleasure in their company, for they spend their days plotting violence and cheating. Any enterprise is built by wise preparation, becomes mighty through common sense, and profits amazingly by keeping abreast of facts. A wise person is mightier than a powerful person. Wisdom is mightier than physical prowess. Don't go to war without wise guidance. There is safety in many advisers. Wisdom is too much for a rebel. He'll not be selected as an adviser. To plan evil is as wrong as actually doing it. The rebel's schemes are sinful, and the mocker is the scourge of all mankind. You are a poor specimen if you can't endure the pressure of adversity. Rescue those who are unjustly condemned to death. Don't remain idly by and let them die. Don't try to disclaim responsibility by speaking you didn't know about it, for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, who knows all hearts, knows yours, and He knows that you knew. And He will reward everyone according to his deeds. My child, honey whets the appetite, and so does kokmaul, or wisdom. When you delight in becoming wise, there is hope for you. A bright future lies up ahead. O evil person, leave the upright person alone and quit trying to cheat him out of his rights. Don't you know that this upright individual, though you trip him up 7 times, will each time rise again? But one calamity is enough to lay you low. Do not be delighted when your enemy meets trouble. Let there be no delight when he falls, for YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, may be displeased with you and stop punishing him. Don't envy the wicked. Don't covet his riches, for the evil person has no future. His light will be snuffed out. My child, watch your step before YAOHUSHUA and the authority, and don't associate with radicals, for you will go down with them to quick calamity, and who knows where it all will end? It is wrong to condemn the poor and let the rich go free. He who declares to the wicked, "You are innocent," shall be cursed by many people of many nations. But blessing shall be showered on those who rebuke sin fearlessly. It is an honor to receive a frank reply. Develop your business first before building your house. Don't testify spitefully against an innocent neighbor. Why lie about him? Don't say, "Now I can pay him back for all his meanness to me." I walked by the field of some lazy fellow, and saw that it was overgrown with thorns and covered with weeds, and its walls were broken down. Then, as I looked, I learned this lesson. A little more sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, means that poverty will break in upon you unexpectedly like a robber, and violently like a bandit. These Proverbs of Olmo were discovered and copied by the aides of King YAOHU of Yahuda. It is YAOHU's privilege to conceal matters, and the leader's privilege to discover and invent. You cannot comprehend the height of heaven, the size of the earth, or all that goes on in the mind of your authority. When you remove dross from silver, you have fine silver, ready for the silversmith. When you remove corrupt people from the leader's court, his government will be just as well as fair. Don't demand an audience with the leader as though you were some powerful prince. It is better to wait for an invitation rather than to be sent back to the end of the line, publicly humiliated. Don't be hot-headed and rush to court. You may begin something you can't finish and go down before your neighbor in shameful defeat. So discuss the matter with him privately. Don't tell anyone else, lest he accuse you of slander and you can't withdraw what you said. Timely advice is as lovely as gold apples in a silver basket. It is a badge of honor to accept valid criticism. A faithful employee is as refreshing as a cold day in the hot summertime. One who doesn't give the gift he promised is like a cloud blowing over the desert without dropping any rain. Be patient and you will finally win, for a soft tongue can break hard bones. Do you like honey? Don't eat too much of it, or it will make you sick. To your neighbor, do not go visit too often, or you will outwear your welcome. Telling lies about someone is as harmful as hitting him with an axe, or wounding him with a sword, or piercing him with a sharp arrow. Putting confidence in an unreliable person is like chewing with a sore tooth or trying to run on a broken foot. Being happy-go-lucky around a person whose heart is heavy is as bad as robbing him of his jacket in cold weather or rubbing salt over his wounds. If your enemy is hungry, give him food. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. This will make him feel ashamed of himself, and YAOHU will reward you. As surely as wind from the north brings cold, just as surely a retort causes anger. It is better to live in a corner of an attic than in a beautiful home with a cranky, quarrelsome woman. Delightsome report from far away is like cold water to the thirsty. If an upright person compromises with the wicked, it is like polluting a fountain or muddying a spring. Just like it is harmful to eat too much honey, so also it is bad for people to think about all the honors they deserve. A person without self-control is as defenseless as a city with broken down walls.
נגילה ונשמח
Honor doesn't go with fools any more than snow with summertime or rain with harvest time. The curse causeless shall not come. Its targeted victim will be no more harmed by it than by a sparrow or swallow flitting through the sky. Guide a horse with a whip, a donkey with a bridle, and a rebel with a rod to his back. When arguing with a rebel, don't use foolish arguments as he does, or you will become as foolish as he is. Deflate his conceit with silly replies. To trust a rebel to convey a message is as foolish as cutting off your feet and drinking poison. In the mouth of a fool, a proverb becomes as useless as a paralyzed leg. Honoring a rebel will backfire like a rock tied to a slingshot. A rebel will misapply a lesson, so its point will no more be felt than a thorn in the hand of a drunkard. The boss may get a better work from an untrained apprentice than from a skilled rebel. Like a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. There is one thing worse compared to a fool, and that is a person who is conceited. The lazy person won't go out and work. There might be a lion outside, he claims. He sticks to his bed like a door to its hinges. He is too tired even to lift his food from his dish to his mouth. Yet, in his own opinion, he is smarter than 7 wise men. Yanking a dog's ears is no more stupid than interfering in an argument that isn't any of your business. A person who is caught lying to his neighbor and declares, "I was just joking," is like a madman throwing around firebrands, arrows, and death. Fire goes out for lack of fuel, and tensions disappear when gossip stops. A quarrelsome person begins fights as easily like a match sets a fire to paper. Gossip is a dainty morsel eaten with great relish. Pretty words may hide a wicked heart, just like a pretty glaze covers a common clay pot. A person with hate in his heart may sound pleasant enough, but don't believe him, for he is cursing you in his heart. Though he pretends to be so kind, his hatred will finally come to light for all to see. The person who sets a trap for others will get caught in it himself. Roll a boulder down on someone, and it will roll back and crush you. Flattery is a form of hatred and wounds cruelly. Don't brag about your plans for tomorrow. Wait and see what happens. Don't praise yourself. Let others do it. A rebel's disappointments are heavier than sand and rocks. Jealousy is more dangerous and cruel than anger. Open rebuke is better than hidden love. Wounds from a friend are better than kisses from an enemy. Even honey seems tasteless to a person who is full. But if he is hungry, he'll eat anything. A person who wanders away from home is like a bird that departs from its nest. Friendly pieces of advice are as pleasant as perfume. Never abandon a friend either yours or your father's, then you won't need to go to a faraway relative for help in your time of need. My child, how happy I will be if you turn out to be sensible. It will be a public honor to me. A sensible person watches for problems ahead and prepares to overcome them. The stupid never looks and suffers the dire consequences. The world's poorest credit risk is the person who agrees to pay the debts of someone he hardly knows. If you shout a pleasant greeting to a friend too early in the morning, he will count it as a curse. A continual dripping on a rainy day and a cranky woman are so much similar. You can no more stop her complaints than you can stop the wind or hold on to anything with oil-slick hands. A friendly discussion is as stimulating as the sparks that fly when iron grinds iron. A workman may eat from the orchard he tends. Anyone should be rewarded who protects another's interests. A mirror reflects a person's face, but what is he? A mirror reflects a person's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he prefers. Ambition and death are similar in this. Neither is ever satisfied. The purity of silver and gold can be tried in a heated, melting vessel, but a person is evaluated by his reaction to praise from others. You can't separate a rebel from his stupidity, though you crush him to powder. Riches can disappear fast. The leader's crown or right to rule doesn't remain in his family forever. So watch your business affairs diligently. Know the condition of your flocks and your herds, then there will be lambs' wool enough for clothing, and goats' milk enough for food for all your household, after the hay is reaped in, and the new crop appears, and the mountain grasses are gathered. The wicked flee when no one is pursuing them, but the upright are bold like a lion. When there is moral rot within a nation, its government topples easily. But with honest, sensible leaders, there is stability. When a poor person oppresses those even poorer, he is like an unexpected flood sweeping away their last hope. To complain about the law is to praise wickedness. To obey the law is to fight evil. Evil people don't comprehend the importance of justice, but those who follow YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, are much concerned about it. Better to be poor and truthful than rich and dishonest. Young people who are wise obey the law. A son who is a member of a criminal gang is a shame to his father. Income from exploiting the poor will end up in the hands of someone who pities them. YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, doesn't hearken to the prayers of those who flout the law. A curse on those who lead the upright to error. But anyone who encourages the upright to do well shall be given a worthwhile reward. Rich people are conceited, but their real poverty is evident to the poor. When the upright are successful, everyone is happy. When the wicked succeed, everyone is sad. A person who refuses to admit his mistakes can never be successful. But if he confesses and forsakes them, he gets another chance. Blessed is the person who reveres YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. But the one who doesn't care is headed for serious trouble. A wicked ruler is as foreboding to the poor like a lion or bear attacking them. Only a stupid prince will oppress his people, but a leader will have a long reign if he hates lying and bribes. A murderer's conscience will drive him into hell. Don't stop him. Upright people will be rescued from harm, but cheaters will be ruined. Hard work brings prosperity. Playing around brings poverty. The person who wants to do right will get a rich reward, but the person who wants to get rich quick will also quickly fail. Giving preferred treatment to rich people is a clear case of selling one's soul for a piece of bread. Trying to get rich quick is evil and leads to poverty. In the end, people appreciate frankness more than flattery. A child who robs his parents and declares, "What's wrong with that?" is no better than a murderer. Greed causes fighting. Fully depending upon YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, leads to prosperity. A person is stupid to trust himself, but those who use YAOHUSHUA's wisdom are safe. If you give to the poor, your needs will be supplied, but a curse upon those who close their eyes to poverty. When the wicked prosper, upright people go away. When the wicked meet ruin, upright people return. The person who is often reproved but refuses to accept correction will unexpectedly and quickly be broken and never have another opportunity. With upright people in authority, the people exalt, but with the wicked in power, they groan. A wise child makes his father happy, but a lad who hangs around with prostitutes disgraces him. A just king gives stability to his nation, but one who demands bribes ruins it. Flattery is a trap. Evil persons are caught in it, but upright individuals keep away and sing with delight. The upright person knows the poor person's rights. The wicked don't care. Fools begin fights everywhere, while wise people try to keep peace. There's no use arguing with a fool. He only rages and scoffs and tempers flare. The upright pray for those who long to kill them. A rebel shouts in anger. A wise person holds his temper in and calms it. A wicked ruler will have wicked aides on his staff. Rich and poor are similar in this. Each depends on YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, for light. An authority, leader or king, who is fair to the poor shall have a long rain. Scolding and spanking a child helps him to learn. Left to himself, he brings shame to his mother. When rulers are wicked, their people are too. But upright people will live to see the tyrant's ruin. Discipline your child, and he will give you happiness and peace of mind. Where there is ignorance of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, crime runs wild. But what an amazing thing it is for a nation to know and keep his laws. Sometimes mere words are not enough. Discipline is needed, for the words may not be heeded. There is more hope for a fool than for a person of quick temper. Pamper a servant from childhood, and he will expect you to treat him like your own child. A hot-tempered person begins fights and gets into all kinds of trouble. Pride ends in a fall, while humility brings honor. A person who assists a thief must really hate himself, for he knows the consequence but does it anyway. Fear of others is a dangerous trap, but to trust fully in YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, means safety. Do you want justice? Don't fawn on the judge, but ask YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, for it. The upright hate the wickedness of the bad. The wicked hate the noble traits of the upright. These are the messages of Agur, son of YAOHUSHUA, addressed to Otiul and Ukal. I am tired out, YAOHUSHUA, and ready to die. I am too stupid even to call myself a human being. I cannot comprehend mankind, let alone YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator. Who else but YAOHUSHUA goes back and forth to heaven? Who else holds the wind in his fists and wraps up the oceans in his cloak? Who but YAOHUSHUA has created the world? What is his shuam or name, and what is the shuam or name of his son? Tell me if you know. Every word of YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, proves true. He defends all who come to him for protection. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you, and you be found a liar. YAOHUSHUA, eternal Creator, I beg two favors from you before I die. First, help me never to tell a lie. Second, give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me simply enough to satisfy my needs. For if I grow rich, I may become content without YAOHUSHUA. And if I am too poor, I may steal and thus insult the holy shuam or name of YAOHUSHUA. Never falsely accuse an employee to his employer, lest he curse you for your sin. There are those who curse their father and mother, and feel themselves faultless despite their many sins. They are proud beyond description, arrogant, insolent. They devour the poor with teeth as sharp as knives. There are two things never satisfied, like a leech forever craving for more. No, three things, no, four. And these are hell, the barren womb, a barren desert, and fire. A person who mocks his father and despises his mother shall have his eye plucked again. A person who mocks his father and despises his mother shall have his eye plucked out by ravens and eaten by vultures. There are 3 things too amazing for me to comprehend, no, 4. And these are how an eagle glides in the sky, how a serpent crawls upon a rock, how a ship finds its way through the heaving ocean, and the love between a man and a girl. There is another thing too, how a prostitute can sin and then say, "What's wrong with that?" There are 3 things that make the earth tremble, no, 4 it cannot endure, and these are a slave who becomes a president or a king, a rebel who prospers, a bitter woman when she finally marries, a servant girl who marries her lady manager's husband. There are 4 things that are small but unusually wise, and these are ants. They aren't powerful but keep up food for the winter. Cliff badgers again. Cliff badgers, delicate little animals who protect themselves by living among the rocks. The locusts, though they have no leader, they remain together in swarms. The lizards, they are easy to catch and kill, yet are found even in kings' palaces. There are 3 dignified monarchs in the earth, no, 4. The lion, king of the animals, he won't turn aside for anyone. The peacock, the male goat, a king as he leads his army. If you have been a fool by being proud or plotting evil, don't brag about it. Cover your mouth with your hand in shame. Like the churning of cream yields butter, and a blow to the nose causes bleeding, so anger causes quarrels. These are the wise sayings of King Lemuel of Massa, taught to him at his mother's knee. O my son, whom I have dedicated to YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, do not spend your time with women, the royal pathway to ruin. And it is not for kings, O Lemuel, to drink wine and liquor, for if they drink, they may forget their duties and be unable to give justice to those who are oppressed. Hard liquor is for sick people at the brink of death, and wine for those in deep depression. Let them drink to forget their poverty and misery. You should defend those who cannot help themselves. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless, and make sure that they get justice. If you can find a truly noble wife, she is worth more than valuable gems. Her husband can trust fully in her, and she will richly satisfy his needs. She will not hinder him, but help him all her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She buys imported foods brought by ship from faraway ports. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plans the day's work for her servant girls. She goes out to inspect the field and buys it. With her own hands, she plants a vineyard. She is vigorous, a hard worker, and watches for bargains. She works far into the night. She sews for the poor and generously helps those in need. She has no fear of winter for her household, for she has made warm clothes for them all. She also makes coverings for her bed. Her own clothing is beautifully made, a purple gown of pure linen. Her husband is well known, for he takes his seat among the civic leaders in the council chamber. She makes belted linen garments to sell to the merchants. She is a woman of vigor and dignity, and has no fear of old age. When she speaks, her words are wise, and kindness is the rule for everything she speaks. She watches carefully all that goes on throughout her household, and she is never lazy. Her children rise up and bless her. So does her husband. He praises her with these words: "There are many fine women in the world, but you are the best of them all." Charm can be deceptive, and beauty doesn't last, but a woman who reverentially fears YAOHUSHUA, the eternal Creator, shall be greatly praised. Praise her for the many excellent deeds she does. These kind, noble deeds of hers shall bring her again. These kind, noble deeds of hers shall bring her honor and recognition from people of renown. All this is given to you, all shuam, in the name of Maush'ley, the king. YAOHUSHUA, Maush'ley, the Messiah. Nam.
אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח אני מאמין. אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, בביאת המשיח אני מאמין.
עם כל זה
משיח, אני מאמין